Let's dive right in. I remember the first time I saw a picture of you guys was back in a heavy metal magazine. I think it must have been 1990, just after you played the Moscow Music Peace Festival. What are your memories of that particular festival and sort of leading up to it?
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. 2 nights at Lenin Stadium under the Olympic thought, 110,000 people every night, and the whole crowd,
Yeah,
including the army, the police, went crazy. I have lots of army dresses from Russia from this day because they were throwing things because they're so happy on stage. And this was fantastic, especially also having some great friends on the tour with us, like Bon Jovi and Ozzy Osbourne, and also Motley Crue. And that was a fantastic time. Gorky Park, I think, was there, and some Russian bands. It was
yeah,
great. It was like the whole world comes together and listen to rock and roll.
yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I remember seeing these pictures in the magazine, and then I remember reading some stories about it. I think that was the time you got to meet the president, and I think you won a peace prize as well, right? Around that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, this was a little bit later when we did the Russian version of Wind of Change.
Mm-hmm.
Then this Russian version was played every morning around 6 o'clock when the private radio was starting, because private radio started at this time because it was allowed to have private radio, and finished around 12 o'clock at night with Wind of Change in Russian version. It was fantastic, and it's a great thing that the Russian could understand the message behind the English version, because the basic idea why we went to Russia was because we want to show the world, especially Russia, that is a new generation coming from Germany. They're not coming with weapons and with war. They're coming with guitars and bringing love, peace, and rock and roll. And until this point, we have always the saying, and saying love, peace, and rock and roll. Love stands for still loving you, peace for without change, and rock and roll for rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so that sort of led you to Wind of Change. And Wind of Change, like you said, is a song of hope, is a song of building bridges, different people coming together. Was that the vision you always had for your music?
Of course, I mean, music is the best way to transfer feelings and happiness and everything. And especially in the pandemic, you could see that people got very depressed when they couldn't go to live concerts. Okay, I can listen at home to music, but the problem is also music today in digital form is not as effective than live concerts or analog music. That's a different situation because digital is zeros and ones. It's cut the little some feelings behind. So in this case, it was very important for us that we could play live, because when in America, when the black people came from Africa to America and became slaves, the first thing what they did when they had to work on the field, they were singing together. Why? Because the weak person interacts with the strong person. The strong person helps the weak, and the weak gets the power from the strong. And that is communication, togetherness, and make life more happy. That was the same in Woodstock.
Yeah.
Woodstock, people expect 35,000 people and 500,000 people or whatever, how many people came. And it was unbelievable, without police, no fight, nothing. Music has a magic, and to be a part of this magic, I've been very happy of.
Yeah, I think the impact of the song itself on popular culture was so great. I remember reading It was, I think, a conspiracy theory of some sort that the CIA actually wrote the song.
Exactly. Pardon?
That I remember reading, listening to a podcast where somebody had said that the CIA in America had
Yeah.
actually written
Okay.
Wind of Change.
That was that was a great idea, but not the reality. That took the reality away and made their own story out of it. I mean, it's a great idea, no question about this. But that you can see how strong these people thought that music is. That you
Absolutely.
can really change things by bringing the music into the field. So in this case, I'm very happy to be a part of the band Scorpions and have the chance to really play around the world. We played in over 80 countries in our career, and we are very happy to see a difference in the people. But in the end, they're not so different from each other. Everybody needs love and peace. Everybody, it's somehow, especially you could see that in the Woodstock days when they're going for love and peace. And
Music.
it's really and very, very, very helpful way of living your life.
Yeah. Rightly said, the band itself has become a sort of symbol of international goodwill. There was a concert in 2008, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where you partnered with Greenpeace, and I think it was to save the Amazonian rainforest, right?
Exactly, Klaus and me, we as the Scorpions, we played in Brazil, and we heard about it from the situation that they're burning down the forest in Amazonia, and we went with the Greenpeace people together in the plane, and then they were showing us all the different kind of fires, and we was very shocked because this very, very fantastic piece of future, when you burn this down, this is terrible for the whole climax, for the whole balance of our weather and everything. If we get doing too much with nature and twisting the arm of nature, we have to pay the price, and that's not good. And then the musician have to stand for and have to tell, let's keep the animals in peace and also the nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Rudolf, you spoke earlier that you have played in 80 different countries. And growing up in India, I've heard so many stories. I don't know if it's true that the Scorpions actually played in India apparently in 1979. I don't know if it's true. What is your connection to India, and how often have you guys actually played here?
My connection to India, it's very deep, very deep, very deep. We starting with Maharishi, transcendental meditation, which I was really following 3-4 years, getting a lot of good musical ideas. Then I went to Yogananda, and I was meditating very, very much. Did yoga very early, started with 16, and was reading about yogis and yoga and meditation. And I was with Yogananda. I was really meditating so strongly that I nearly end up being in India, in the Himalaya, because I had this feeling there's more to get from. But then I got this story told by some writer. He said, you can't take your mistakes and your weakness. You can leave it here and go to India. You take it with you, and then you're the same one like you are here. When you have to do something, do it here and use maybe technology of the Indian yoga, meditation, Kriya yoga, and all this kind of thing. And that's what I did. And at this time, I was really meditating so strongly that I wrote one of the best songs at this time, and I had to wait. Still Love You is one of them, 7.5 years until the song was the band was ready to play it, and No One Like You as well, same thing, and some other songs. But I don't know how many songs in the end went on on different albums. But it was a very, very important part in India. Also, I remember it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. We went, my tour manager and me, we went to India to what was where the earthquake was, up in 3,000-4,000 meters up in the air. It was in what is the name of? We did an soccer
What?
match against Sikkim.
Yeah, Sikkim.
We played against Sikkim for the people who had were very hard hit by the earthquake. And I played together with Karambeu, Christian Karambeu, some other great sports people. And of course, my manager played with me too at this team. Before this game we played in Sikkim, I was playing with a Bollywood band together, Rock You Like a Hurricane. It was a lot of fun. And we had fun. And at the end, there was a casino around the corner. And after we went for the dinner and everything, the people who they had set this whole thing up. They said, "Look, guys, here you have some billiards for playing, you know." And we went into this casino, and I was standing there. I never played because I played music, but not a casino for money. But I was looking around, and then I saw some guy standing there looking very sharp, and said, "Hey, come on, what do you think? You want to help me? Let's play together. Let's play together." And I tell you one thing, in the end, we made billiards like this up from there. And so now I have to go now. It was very late in the morning. And what do we do now? I said, is there something where I can help with? So, yeah, that's a kids' home for stranded kids. And, do it here. Here you have the billiards. Give it to the kids. So that was my last visit in India. And also, I remember we played a lot of in Calcutta. We played in
Bangalore.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, exactly. The city of computer city, and it was always fun. And Bogota,
Goa.
Yeah. So and it was always fun, and we enjoyed it very much. And we hopefully can do on the next year. We play again a long tour, mostly in Europe and in stadiums. And then we go for Las Vegas in America. And then maybe when we come to Asia, we come to India again. But anyway, India really inspired me very much for being a good composer.
That's so nice to hear, and such lovely stories. I saw you. I photographed a couple of shows of the Scorpions 2 years ago. I saw you at the O2 in London, and I saw you at the Accor Arena in Paris, and it was just unbelievable, right? I got some amazing pictures, but just watching you guys play, just the energy on stage, I've rarely seen that kind of performance. What is the secret to this energy that you have on stage?
Very, it's not easy, but it's transformation. When I go on stage, I not go on stage as a guitar player. I go on stage as a person to connect. So in this case, when you and rock music is energy music. So you can't play rock music and don't have anything to show. Of course, some people, they're making their own show or whatever. But I was always somebody who had a feeling to present an energy with the music. So, and this, when I especially look at the eyes of the audience, I get this reflection, which I give back, and then we have a transformation. And this transformation, it brings you higher and higher. When I came back now from this tour, we were half a year on the road constantly, and I felt very weak. Why? Because I gave everything away. So, but now I recharge, and I'm looking forward for the next shows. But important point for rock music is the energy. That's the reason why when bands saying, okay, we do a tour again, let's do a tour. And then they're going on stage, they're playing their stuff, they're not giving any so much away. They're playing this and they're playing it fantastic, no question about this. But the last bit, this energy, is this completely no compromise, full. I give you everything. This is the point which I always was in me, and what also is in the Scorpions, and that's the very, 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 very important point. That's the reason why grunge became this big, because Nirvana and the whole rock music became a kind of, let's say, nice dresses and much more glitter, not like the glitter times, but lots of glitter and funny clothes and but they performed very good, especially Van Halen in point. Eddie was a fantastic guitar player, but then Nirvana comes with old shitty clothes, smashed t-shirt, whacked up jeans. So, and came on stage and start with this completely smashed kind of sound. So that was the reason, because the people needed again a band which really gives everything, and that's what they did. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, he died for the fans.
Yeah. And that comes through in your live shows, right? Some of my best pictures that I've shot are of you. And that is really thanks to the energy you have on stage and the performance.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good that I found this out, especially that's from India, from the feeling of when, especially when you meditate, you go deeper in something which you want to do. And also the whole thing which that Germany is not the best ground to make a world career. But I said from the beginning on, when we started, before we start even doing the first album, Lonesome Crow, I said Scorpions will become the first, will become one of the 30 biggest rock bands in the world. So because I was believing in it, and I was finding the right people to make the right chemistry, and that's important too. The chemistry in the band, it's very, very important. You have to feel, is this person fitting to everybody else? Is this the way how we want to go on tour? When you go on tour and you're fighting each other because of egos and stuff like this, the tour will be a disaster. Nobody can give any more energy because the energy got lost already in the fights in the band. Who's better? No, I want to be in front of the stage. I want to be the best one looking and stupid. Be what you are and give the best you can give. So that's the whole situation. I'm very happy with that everything. That came out of of reading the books of Yogananda Maharishi. That was the essence coming out. So, and if you bring this essence in your life, you can do everything. Everybody. I wrote a book called Rock Your Life that was specially made for people who are not sure about themselves. They're looking in in the papers or want to be this person or this person. Be your own person. Find your positive things you have and make the best out of it. Then only you can live a great life. My father said when I had to, my mother wanted to be that I'm becoming the real, learning the real job, and I became a power electrician. And my father, when I was thinking about what I will be, he said to me, Rudolf, don't think too much. Do what you have. You have fun with. The money comes by itself. He was right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's something I live by. And that's why I sort of, I spend most of my time now taking pictures of musicians and bands and working with it. And, luckily it's found its way around. So you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I wanted to ask you, Rudolf, sort of going ahead, is there any plans to have any of the former members on stage? I'm a big Uli Roth fan as well. All the early work that he put into the early albums. Is there any, or even Michael for that matter, do you ever see a time where they might join you on stage for a song?
I tell you one thing, we did one great show in 2012 in Wacken, where all the old members, not the very old members, but Uli was there, my brother was there, Herman Werbel was there. They came on stage and we played all stuff together. And I don't know, that's a problem is mostly the timing, because Uli John Ross is on tour now in the moment. My brother is, I don't know what he's doing now, but it's we did it already. Oh, Rotten. And we will play this year or next year again in Wacken, and we will do some big stadium shows in Europe. And I don't know. I think, this idea could be a very, very good idea when we coming out in 2025, when we do the 60 years of the Scorpions. By the way, that's what I want to say. Who really can do also this, what I said, connected to the audience? It's Mick Jagger. It's unbelievable. 80 years old. Unbelievable. In this case, you can see, you can do everything when you have the right, because his father was a person who was a trainer in school. He learned the school kids to use your body in the right way. And of course, he used also Mick Jagger as a kid to do all the exercises and everything. And now Mick Jagger, he is fit like crazy. So, and that's what it is. And the Stones, they are similar. Like that's the reason why they're living this long, or even longer than us. It's that they have really a good chemistry with Mick and Keith. They're a great companion, and also the Ron Wood. It's fantastic, and it's perfectly. Too bad that Charlie Watts had to leave. But it's what we can do and say. It's not an never-ending road. The road will be finished sooner or later. It's up to you and to our God. And but 2025, that could be a great time for our 60th anniversary.
Is there a new album in the works also?
2016 is the time, 2015, sorry. 2025,
25.
It's the time when we, Scorpions is 6 years old.
Okay.
So then to celebrate this 60 years of Scorpions could be a possibility of even use, because I'm in contact with our very old drummer who was playing on Lonesome Crow, and the bass player, and use them also on stage to see the different kind of states, we went through. Because we are very much connected still in all the different musicians. And that shows again, when we can make it happen, that music is, it's always there for making friendship.
Yeah, yeah. Last question before I let you go, Rudolf. I read somewhere there was a funny story behind the Blackout album cover.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's a funny situation because when I was still in the party mood in 1980 on tour. We were on tour with
Judas Priest, I think.
Judas Priest, Def Leppard, and us. So, and we went, we played, and we did the last concert was in Cleveland. And the tour went very well. And I remember when Keke and Glenn, the both guitar players, they came in my dressing room and said, "Hey, Rudolf, great, fantastic. Man, the tour was fantastic, and so let's have a drink on it." No? And Keke came with a beer and stuff like this. Like, "Hey, what is that?" "Yeah, beer." I said, "Look, it's Scorpions, we drink something else. It was whiskey, red wine, and on top a beer." So, and what? Yeah, look, if we want to celebrate on this way, let's do it. So, and we were drinking the stuff. So then when we finished and we talked about the whole tour and everything, and then somehow Keiki came in and said, hey, where are the Leppies? The Leppies is the Leppard. I don't know, where are they? The other one cool guy who was still in the dressing room said, they are in the hotel already watching TV. So what? Let's go. Let's get to the Leppies. No? So I had another glass already. It's like a quarter of a glass full. We went in the hotel room from the Leppies, and really, the Leppies was lying on the bed and watching TV. The first thing I did, I went with my glass and put the the drink into the TV. The TV didn't explode, but it was a kind of bad smell in the room. So, and everybody was looking at each other, and nobody knows what to do. Anyway, in the end, we were talking, and I don't know what was happening with the TV. I don't know even what was happening, because I started already to get a blackout. I didn't know it's a blackout. Now, I only noticed one thing, that when my former wife was with me, and we wanted to go back to a hotel room. And then instead of a hotel room, I went into the garage, and the door behind was falling into lock. Now we're standing in the dark stairways, and want to go out, can't, because the door is locked. So we went up and down was and kind of way how you can talk in, to push the button and said, "Hey guys, hello, can you hear me?" And then the answer came, "Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, we are locked in here in the stairways from the parking garage." "Well, yeah, what's your name?" And I start talking German with my wife. "Hey, talk English. They maybe think we want to fool them, I said, I'm Rudolf here, and something like this, Anyway, the connection locked, and then the door upstairs came. There was a sheriff, and said, "Hey guys, come up here." I don't know. I said, no. I want to see first your side that you are really a policeman. No, I don't want to see. I want to see it. So then he was showing me. I went up. So he told you can go to jail if you do this again. So I said, sorry. I went back into my room, and we went to sleep. Next morning, I start to remember. Of course, there was parts which I couldn't, and I went to my guys. I said, "Hey, guys, it was amazing. It was really unbelievable. We did the party, did the priest, and did lefties. I'm even can't think, and I can't remember." Oh man, guys, Thursday. You know what you had? we had a blackout. A blackout. I never heard this word before, you know.
Yeah.
Even when I'm on rock and roll, but we didn't party so much that I had a blackout before. It's a blackout, yeah. So he turned around and wanted to leave, and then turned back and said, Rudolf, you know what it is? Blackout is a great album title.
Name that.
Yes, fantastic. So every spring, bits and pieces came together, and then with that we had wine, and then we will create this fantastic rock and roll cover, Blackout. That painter actually was a self-portrait of the painter, Helmwein, and what he did and what we told him to put the glasses when you shout, the glasses that they're flying away. And that's what he did. He was sick and said, I'm sick, but for you guys are doing it. I repaint this cover, and then you get it that you can have it as an album sleeve. And it was fantastic. Fitted perfect with the album and with the music and everything.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, what an album. But thank you, Rudolf. Thank you for your time. And I really hope we can see you in India. There's lots of fans, lots of people.
Yeah, hopefully make happen that we coming back again to India because we want to go. Okay?